For over 2,000 years, one book has stood as the ultimate guide to strategy, leadership, and the art of war. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's not just for generals. Its wisdom has inspired emperors, entrepreneurs, and modern leaders alike. Here at China Tales, we bring that wisdom to life, not with lectures, but through timeless legends from ancient China. This is Stories of Strategy, learning Sun Tzu through legends. Let the journey begin. In 341 BC, during the turbulent Warring States period, flames of war spread across the land. General Pang Juan of the state of Wei led 100,000 elite cavalry and infantry in a thunderous march toward the borders of the Han state. The Wei army was strictly disciplined, banners waving like forests, flapping in the wind like ominous thunderclouds pressing down from above. The Han king, in utter panic, dispatched envoys riding day and night to the state of Qi with a desperate plea.
Your Majesty, King of Qi, if Qi does not aid us, Han will fall within days. When Wei devours Han, their next blade will turn toward Qi. Disaster is imminent.
Upon hearing this, King Wei of Qi gripped his sword tightly, his brows furrowed. From among the officials, a man in plain robes, limping slightly, slowly stepped forward. He leaned on a bamboo cane, his eyes shining like stars, calm and composed. This man was Qi's military strategist, Sun Bin. Tapping a chessboard lightly, Sun Bin spoke with a soft yet sharp voice.
If our army rushes to save Han now, it would be like pulling chestnuts from the fire. We must let Wei and Han exhaust themselves while Qi waits to benefit.
The ministers were stunned, but Sun Bin revealed a cold smile.
Wei's ambition does not stop at Han. If Qi seeks to stand firm in the Central Plains, we must first shatter Wei's momentum.
With the king's approval, Sun Bin was given command of the army. Yet he sent not a single soldier to Han. Instead, he quietly marched westward, heading straight for Wei's capital, Daliang. Wei was shocked. Han had not yet fallen, but the Qi army was already at their gates. Enraged Pang Juan nearly flipped his war table.
That crippled tactician dares to strike at Daliang, retreat! I'll crush him without leaving a single man standing.
He immediately ordered a forced march back, ignoring exhaustion, swearing to intercept the Qi forces on the way. But Sun Bin had laid a trap. He issued a strange order.
On the first day, prepare stoves for 100,000 men. On the second day, for 50,000. On the third, only 30,000.
General Tianji frowned.
Reducing stove numbers will appear as weakness to the enemy.
Sun Bin smiled and stroked his beard.
Pang Juan is arrogant. Seeing the decreasing stove numbers, he will assume our troops are deserting. That's exactly what I want.
Just as he predicted, Wei's scouts reported the diminishing stoves each day. Pang Juan was delighted.
That crippled coward Sun Bin is fleeing. His army must be falling apart.
His eyes gleamed with murderous intent. He slammed the table and shouted,
Take only 5,000 elite cavalry. I will pursue him myself and bring back his head.
Sun Bin knew Pang Juan would be burning with impatience. He chose Maling Road as the site of ambush, a natural fortress with steep cliffs, dense forests, and a narrow pass like a throat. He had a towering tree by the main road stripped of its bark, and 8 characters carved into it.
Pang Juan shall die beneath this tree.
At the same time, 10,000 crossbowmen were positioned in silence atop the cliffs on both sides, bows loaded, waiting for the signal.
Once the torches are lit, unleash a rain of arrows.
That night, dark clouds covered the sky. No moon, no stars, only eerie shadows in the valley. Pang Juan chased relentlessly, though his deputy warned.
General, this terrain is treacherous. There may be an ambush.
Pang Juan sneered.
Sun Bin? Just a desk general. His scattered troops couldn't possibly lay a trap. We'll seize him easily, like plucking low-hanging fruit.
Wei's cavalry thundered into the valley. Suddenly, firelight flared ahead, illuminating a stark white tree. Soldiers gasped.
There are words on the tree.
Raising torches, they saw the carved red characters glaring like blood.
Pang Juan shall die beneath this tree.
Pang Juan's face twitched violently, Before he could react, the cliffs above burst into flame-like stars lighting up the entire gorge. Atop the mountain, Sun Bin raised his command flag and shouted coldly,
Fire.
"Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh." A torrent of arrows fell like a storm. The gorge turned into hell. Screams, hoarse cries, and chaos erupted. Pang Juan was struck by multiple arrows. Blood soaked through his armor as he slumped beneath the carved tree. With a twisted smile, he muttered,
I thought I was a genius, but you, Sun Bin, you've won.
He drew his sword and slashed across his own neck. Blood splattered across the tree bark. With his dying breath, he roared,
In the next life, we fight again. 100 more battles in our next life.
The Battle of Mailing was a catastrophic defeat for Wei. Its elite troops were annihilated. Crown Prince Shen was captured, and the state's strength was severely crippled. Qi, on the other hand, rose to fame in a single battle, its power shaking the realm, becoming the dominant force of the East. From that point forward, Wei lost its bid for hegemony, and the balance of power in the Warring States period was forever changed. Reflections from the Art of War. Chapter: Attack by Stratagem. 1. The best strategy is to win through planning. Sun Bin used cunning maneuvers like besieging Wei to rescue Zhao and decreasing the stove count to defeat the enemy without direct confrontation, exemplifying the wisdom of strategic thinking. 2. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. Sun Bin exploited his enemy's personality and the terrain to gain advantage, avoiding a frontal clash and securing victory through intelligence. 3. Thus, the highest form of warfare is to attack strategy. Next best is to attack alliances. Sun Bin's diplomatic and strategic coordination with Han against Wei represents the principle of attacking alliances. 4. When outnumbering the enemy 10-1, surround him. 5-1, attack. Double, divide. Equal, engage. Less, evade. Much less, avoid. Though Qi's forces weren't overwhelmingly superior, Sun Bin used deception to lure Pang Juan into overextending, leading to victory through ambush. 5. Therefore, a skilled commander captures the enemy's forces without fighting, conquers cities without siege, and wins entire wars without protracted campaigns. This is the strategy of attack by stratagem. Sun Bin not only defeated the enemy but preserved his own troops, achieving the ultimate objective of winning completely and efficiently. The Battle of Mailing remains a peak of Sun Bin's military genius and a vivid embodiment of Sun Tzu's strategic philosophy.